and hoping to, in a sense, introduce to some of the GAIN members, the international members of the GAIN, of the Global Academy, to what the matrix is, and just a very overview. And they're going to give a very overview of what GAIN is.
Okay. Good evening from India, everybody. Actually, I'm traveling, so you might face some of the noise with me. So, I'm taking this opportunity to introduce you about GAIN. GAIN is Global Academy International Network, which is basically based in Asia, and it is connected with Cambridge University Press. Our CEO is Cambridge University Press presenter and workshop conductor. He is one of the trainers of Cambridge University Press in all over the world. He has been to so many different places in the world, and as we have started establishing our network, we have started it with 2, 3 countries, and at present we are almost in nearby 22 to 25 countries where we are having our network and we are having educators from all over the world. The idea behind GAIN is to get people trained with TESOL and TKT. When we talk about TESOL, it's like teaching English to the speakers of other language. It's basically about ELT, English language teaching, and there are so many different parts of ELT. One of them is you can say ESL and EFL. That is very well known in the countries, those who are not with the native English speaker. EFL is English foreign language learning, and ESL is English second language learning. When we call about foreign language, there is a big difference between EFL and ESL. ESL is like you can get the opportunity to speak English in your country when you're outside of your classroom. But when you're with EFL, when it's the foreign language, you don't get that kind of opportunity to talk with people in English when you're outside of your classroom. So the classroom is the only place where you can discuss and talk with people in English. So there are so many things connected with this part. Global Academy is basically doing it in the form of workshops. We go to different places and conduct our workshops with the teachers. That can be group of 30 to 50 teachers, and we go with 5 workshops. Each workshop is having 2 days and having different modules. I have been in touch with Tracy for more than a year, and we have started discussing and talking about the education system. I learned few things from her about matrix, and then I got her introduced with GAIN. And when we all are working on the same stream, like when we are talking about matrix or TESOL or GAIN, TKDI, or whatever the courses are there, the basic idea of these courses are to get students involved in the learning, and they get with the self-learning process. So Tracy is part of GAIN now. She's also one of the associate director for Global Academy International Network, and her modules are accepted and soon will be approved by the TESOL program, that where she can be one of the core team member and trainer for introducing this workshop with the benefit of her knowledge, and she will be doing all these workshops and giving idea to the people, and learning the students and teachers can get a better environment of self-learning, self development. We can say it is one of the kind of development program, and this is going to be really helpful for the teachers. And when we talk about merging GAIN and matrix, it's like the combination of learning process with the learning process of learning English. So why we talk about GAIN and matrix together? because most of the countries, those who are under development or those who are developing, uh, they are facing one issue, that is language. If you don't know the language, you cannot understand anything. So gain is basically with the language and the learning methodology. So we teach people how to teach English, and we can say not exactly teaching but the learning. They make the self evaluation, they make the self learning process like matrix is doing. So when the matrix and TESOL and TKT are connected, that are going in the better way.
GAIN recognizes that we're starting with the teachers, but for education to really make positive change and move forward, you have to be dealing with parents and families. They have to be
Yeah,
involved in the process. You have
yeah,
to be dealing with the peers. They have to be in the process. Community has to be in the process. But we know that the teachers, what we need to do is to try and help teachers become educators. Okay. But
yeah,
we also have to be able to give them the skills to understand and move forward in how they're doing it. So that's kind of where the matrix comes in. While we lay that groundwork down for the educators, and in that process, we make the teachers aware of the other pieces that are there and involved. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. And then only because this is being recorded, I'm going to just kind of do a drawing. All right. So that those people that aren't here will get to understand, because you two already know it pretty well. So the matrix is really something that you see, particularly James. You see it every day of your life. In fact, you use
Yeah.
it in more than one way every day of your life. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just draw a picture of what it is you use. First part is that center hub, right?
Okay.
And it's pretty solid. It's solid because it's the center and it's the focus of everything. And of course, we know that that is in the matrix, that's the learner. Whether it's an individual or it's a group or it's a company or an organization or a community or a family or a country. Okay? And then around that, you have, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this too terribly well, but you have a rim. Okay. And that rim then is the learning cycle of the matrix, which all starts by, first of all, the asking of the questions. If we don't ask questions, that's when we start to explore. Those questions are what give us the motivation to find answers. So you have your questions and you find your answers. Upside down are not good. That's the learn. That's the learn. Okay. As you ask questions and you search for your answers to learn, then you need to do something and use what you're learning and create with it. Whatever it is you're creating all goes back to what those questions and those answers are. And the purpose for creating anything with your knowledge is to give it back. Give back to who or to what? Well, you give back to whoever helped you find your answers. And then you go through a process of mastering or taking one step further in gaining the answers to your questions or the knowledge. So you have the center and you have the rim, but you have no connection between the two. So this can't happen, nor can this happen because there's no connection. So they become now the resources that help you find your answers. There's your family. There's your peers. There's your educators. There's your community. And there's your global citizens. But anyhow. And so then what does it make? James, what does this make?
It makes a circle, a full circle.
For you, it makes just like the wheel on your bicycle.
Yeah.
Right? There is, and who better? Because you use your bicycle to promote Life Song, do you not? Yeah. And so we might be able to identify this. We might be able to do this, but none of it can happen if we aren't connecting this. And if these are all functioning together properly, then this is going to go forward. And so's everybody here because of the give back. So the wheel moves forward and progress is made. But when families are not involved or are not educated to understand that learning is not about the grades and it's not about the tests, it's about gaining the knowledge that's necessary to be sustainable in the environment that they live in.
True.
And when community understands you are educators and important to the learner, but they're ignored. And most places don't bother with understanding the importance of connecting and collaboration and communication and don't allow the globability. And society only teaches peers how to bully rather than how to cooperate. And so you expect teachers to move the bike forward when even they don't understand the importance of these pieces. So if we're going to progress education forward, we need to focus then on building the pieces back to the rim so that everybody can move forward again.
Yeah.
And together. And how do we do that? Well, maybe through a common language that can connect all of the pieces to then have a better understanding to collaboratively work together to solve the problems that we're all dealing with. You can't move forward within if you can't start to create changes without. That kind of sums up the two. Do you want to tell them anything about what's going on over there?
Okay, let me tell you about GAIN. So many people or community, parents, all of them are there. But most of the time, instead of thinking about the student, we think about the outsider aspects. Like some of the teachers are working on the sake for the community, some of the working, they want to make the parents happy, but in the end, the student is gaining nothing. Okay, so when we go in the proper order with our matrix scheme or matrix way, then the student is in the center, and everybody has to think about.
Whoops. I don't know if you're going to be able to understand what he was trying to say because it was breaking up, and hopefully he'll come back on. Here he comes. You were kind of lost in a lot of that. The connection was poor.
I hope you understood what I explained about the combination of gain and matrix.
Yeah, yeah. Well,